Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Mondef, of course, and this will be part 2 of the dome structure build. Last time we got the basic frame set up, and basic sketch lines, and time to move back onto modeling. Since I recorded this in the previous episode all in one go without realizing how much I recorded, this will pick up right where we left off last time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, that looks pretty good. I went ahead and removed the inner support block so we could really see the structure kind of standing on its own there. And I think that looks really decent. So we're going to work from this. Next step here is to go ahead and fill in fill in the middle part of this shape. And again, we'll go take a look at the original and then a couple others to show what we've done. From the outside edge, which in this case would actually come to be out here, but since we have the door here, it kind of messes things up. We still have to fix that door. So let's look at this side. Here we go. From the outside edge, the whole idea is come in a little bit, go back out a little bit. And so you can see on the storage tower, come in a little bit and come back out to the corner. And then we've got this second support pillar, these being the first ones, the ones sitting on the 90-degree angles, and then we have the 45-degree angle ones. And you can see it did the same thing here. We come in and came back out. In this case, we came back out to the middle pillars. In this case, come in and come back out. Come in and came back out. In these two cases, we didn't really have room for the 45-degree angle support beams, and in our case we're not going to either. You could see that I guess my choice, I could, if I wanted to, run a 45-degree angle one right here. But what that's going to do for me is it'll make me not able to run in and then back out. I'm basically forced to a diagonal, which is a problem here. It's a design problem. So we're not going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and go probably like this, something like that. And I'm sketching another rack so we can see the structure. Eventually this will be scaffolding, and you could make the argument that I should build this out of scaffolding in the first place, and that's legitimate, but my problem with scaffolding is that it's transparent. You can see through it, so the colors kind of blend together, and you can't place these ones up here the same way. Now, we're going to start by blending in and come up, and basically as soon as you get here, from this part out, from this thinnest part back out to the dish, you're going to stay diagonal. So if I were to go out another layer, it would stay diagonal, like you could see here. This is where we start coming out to the dish. So from here, from the 90-degree supports, this one through to there is diagonal, and then this one happens to go through this pillar, which is perfect, to form a diagonal as well. We're not trying to form the curve. In this case, you can see the curve actually goes back behind the pillar there, which is all good, great, and grand. So, yeah. So from here we form the diagonal. So here's a diagonal. Perfect. We'll just go ahead and repeat this on one more side. You don't need to do all 4 sides if you're using the same materials as we are, which is construction foam. You don't need to do all 4 sides in a solid block. You only really need to do 2 sides, enough so you can see the whole half of the structure at once, together in shape and geometry. So we'll go up and up and up to there, and there we go. Take a step back, and there we go. Looks pretty good. Shape works out pretty seriously. I do see one little bit of an issue here. As it comes up, it arcs in too heavy. That wasn't apparent on the original sketch, so we're just going to add the block here, block there, like that. Yeah, see how that looks better? Right there. Looks like it comes down and then attached to the ground, as opposed to like an anchor to a pillar. It's not supposed to be an anchor to a pillar. It's supposed to be a smooth shape and then just attached to the ground. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Take this up here and here. Take that one up one. And that's better. So to keep the cobblestone sketch the same, we'll go ahead and add that one on the back. Okay, so that looks really good. From here, I don't see any point in building the rest of that in Netherrack since we're going to be using construction foam. Oops, wrong way. Do I know where I'm going? Not really. Here we go. Since we're going to be using construction foam, I might as well go ahead and grab scaffolding. There we are. And munch on some potatoes. Now, I'm going to basically, I'll tear out the entire Netherrack structure, as well as replicating that design on this shape. When this happens, right here, this is where I would place the block, but you don't want this floating on top of there. You want it to look like it's attached into the ground, so always dig that out. This is nearly never in any build, ever, if you have a texture building that sits on top of an edge like that, you want to continue the texture until it would naturally disappear inside of the shape. So here's the same situation. You always want to dig that out, get rid of it. I shouldn't say always, just always. Just normal always. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish these out, and I'll see you back here in a second, once I'm all ready to start the foaming process. Alright, that's ready to go. It's worth noting that because scaffolding has to sit on top of a block, these are place assisters, and they'll get torn out later. The actual shape is the scaffold itself. Because of that, on the inside, there is a scaffold sitting that, from this side, appears to cover the netherrack, or appears to be buried by the netherrack at least. But it's not. It'll be visible because the netherrack is coming out. Okay. Next step of this construction process, we no longer need these, is to connect the support beams together to form the undercarriage, at least the base sketched shape of the undercarriage. Basically what we'd want to work out is where these lines are going to sit. So I'm not worried about these blocks. These blocks are easy. It's the outside lines that we need to worry about, because those are what define the geometry to make it look like a circle, or in our case it's going to be an ellipse. So those are the geometries that we need to get right. Those points anchor right here, so we're going to connect that point to this point to that point. If you're using a circle, this is very easy. You simply plug these numbers into plug the radius into your circle generator, and you get your circle out. If you're using an ellipse generator, you just make an ellipse, and if you remember the circles, then you just down the circles. This one here in the middle, this one is actually a circle. It's, in my opinion, the smallest circle that actually looks like a circle in Minecraft. So if you don't know this one, you should. Because if you're making if you're trying to make like a circular pillar tower for a castle or something like that, so it's really as small as you can go and have it still look like a circle. Anything smaller than this, and it looks like a square, or it looks like something with cut off corners or something like that. So yep, it's the smallest one that actually can end up looking like a circle. The rest of these, we'll have to see how their ellipses work out, because I believe, see, this one's only one block further away. This one's blocks 2, so this is an ellipse. It won't be it won't be perfectly the same shape. So, not a big deal. Shouldn't be terribly difficult to get these shapes to look quite right. Yeah, that's the right one for that. And same one for up here. This one's a little bit bigger. I'll try it a little bit here. But, yeah. If you're not comfortable making curves, use a generator. Don't feel like that's, bad or anything like that. I've made enough circles in Minecraft. I feel like I'm kind of at the point where for a lot of circles and curves I don't always need the generator. But it's still, like, if I would have looked this one up, I would have had to come in here and adjust this one like this, and probably I might look this one up anyway. Let's see what that looks like. That one actually looks right. Yeah, it looks right. Keep in mind, it's not saying these lines won't stay equal distance from each other. They'll stay proportionally distant from each other in the edge. because as this edge gets further and further away, these lines will get further and further away from each other. We can especially see that effect take place on the shape that Palm and I built together. This guy here. You can see here these lines are very close, and they're very similar lines. You can see they're a little bit disparate because of the differences that we have. We're forced into with the 1 meter block size in Minecraft, but as the shape gets further and further away, the bulber the shape is, in this case this is a huge bulb onto the normal base circle that this was built on, these will get further and further proportionally away from each other. So yeah, that's what that's about. I hope that makes sense. Here we are. I'm going to go ahead and repeat these shapes all the way around. We'll make sure they all look correct, and then we'll move on to the next stage. Alright, as I look at these shapes, from up here it's pretty obvious that this one right here is wrong. These should come in by 1, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll move on. This is basically drawing towards the end of the geometry portion of the build here. And I looked at the length of the episode. We're getting a little bit long, so I will have to leave the dome situation for later, I suppose, because I'm not going to have time to even start to talk about the dome. So, yep. But the next step here is to lay in the dirt that the scaffolding will sit on top of. Now, if you're just building this directly with materials itself, your block placements will go right in here, and then your netherrack counts as a block, and then this one, and then netherrack and down. But I'm not building directly with that. But that does mean I need to get rid of all of the dirt, and because basically I'll show you what I'm going to do here. Clear out all the dirt for a section, like go all the way around, knock out all the dirt, and then I'll come up underneath here and place like this, right? Go all the way around the circle, or the ellipse, and then place here, and I'm going to cover the netherrack. So I'm going to place not only just to there, I'm going to actually cover the netherrack. So as I come around the curve here, my dirt will be looking like this. So I'll get all of that covered up, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so this is where we're at. This is what it looks like once the dirt's all filled in from the bottom. And what you want to do is go ahead and just dig out all of this netherrack. And I'm using my power tool. I've turned my shovel on. I've turned my shovel off, rather, so that I don't accidentally dig the dirt, and I can pretty quickly go around. The reason we're digging that out is because that netherrack was the marker of our shape, and we need scaffolding there so that we can put CF foam down. So, yep, everywhere there's netherrack, we're going to replace that with scaffolding, and also everywhere on top of the dirt. Basically, at this point, with the netherrack gone, you're just going to cover the dirt in netherrack, or in scaffolding, so you end up with something that looks like that. And then it becomes time to put on the CF backpack and go to work. Click and click. And don't miss any. That's pretty much it. This part is pretty easy. It just takes time. After you've done clicking all of the scaffolding, try to pick some back up so that you, when you go to build the next one or your next building or whatever, you don't have to make as many scaffolding. You're going to lose some, and that's part of the game. That's not a huge deal. They're not that expensive, but we just go along here and click. Kind of pushes you out funny a little bit too, so you kind of have to jump back inside to get your scaffolding. No big deal. Once you've gotten all of this CF foamed, you're just going to wait for it to dry. When everything looks like that, you're ready to really move on to the next part of the build. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up CF foaming. I'm also going to CF foam the pillar, which you just, same thing. You just do these guys. Any contiguous set will kind of make itself perpetuate through the structure. So if you're lucky, you only have to do one on the vertical. Of course, I can't wear my jetpack while doing this, so that's kind of a bummer. I could load the actual sprayer with CF foam, and then I could wear it, but with super jump, I just kind of do it this way. Just go blink, blink, blink. If I ever want to get those ones on the top, I can do it like that, or I can try to jump up on top here. Nope. Fly up on top. You can get these top inner ones from up here, assuming you're wearing your CF backpack and not your jetpack. And there we go, like those. Those are easy to grab from this angle. I try to pick up some of the scaffolds. I don't usually worry about all of them because, let's face it, they're cheap. And usually it's more hassle than it's worth. I'm taking damage as you step into the wet CF foam. It'll let you go into the block, but it'll suffocate you. So be careful on how you plan out your build. It's actually the reason why I'm putting a solid ground under here instead of only what's necessary to suspend the scaffolds. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and CF the whole area here, and I'll let it dry as well, and I'll be back here in a little bit of time for me, so that you guys can see where we're at and what we need to do next. Alright, once all your CF foam is dried, you just need to come up underneath the build here and dig out all of your support blocks. At this point, we really don't need any of the extra support placers and things like that, so all of this dirt can go. Again, I'm using a power tool. I have the pickaxe off. You can still use the pickaxe, so you still want to be careful. I could dismantle the pickaxe altogether, but not really worth it. But you're going to go ahead and just dig out all of this dirt. I need to knock it all out. I'm also have already knocked out most of this. Saved you the hassle of dealing with it. I also flew down the middle and knocked out all the support standing points down all the way through there. And we also no longer need this tongue, so we can get rid of that. At this point, we're finalizing the shape, getting rid of extra blocks, trying to get down to just the blocks that actually make up the structure. So, like that, there we go. Like that. That ever-important middle block is no longer as important now that we have the center channel built. So it looks looking pretty good. Alright, so we'll knock out the rest of this dirt very quickly. And then we get into the next portion, which is to actually start stylizing the thing. So I'll finish digging this out, and then I'm going to pull up a pile of different colors and show you kind of how I pick colors. So I'll be right back. Alright, so all finished clearing it up, and now we are ready to start picking out some colors. I have a couple ideas that we'll try next to each other. It's kind of important to note that we're using three colors. The default construction foam color, a structure color, in this case basalt pavers, in this case obsidian, this is a marble brick, and in this one is red rock brick. And then we're using an accent color, and here we've got black zirconium, blue zirconium, red zirconium, amber. Now, oh, thank goodness the rain cleared up, and the sun's coming up. It's perfect timing. Okay, now we're not forced into any means picking a glowing or a light block or anything like that. So we're not forced to doing that, but there are some interesting things we'd have to try if we don't pick one of those. So here's purple wool, which I really like. I guess I haven't mentioned yet. Maly's using a safari net to pick up one of the angry iron golems from the towers in the Twilight Forest. Anyway, purple wool, that's an idea. Let's see here, we've got maize stone. These are maize stone mosaic blocks, but I think they're the same on the sides as the bricks are. It's only the tops that are different. Yeah, okay. So we would probably use the brick form, not the mosaic form. These are easy to get, they're not bad. They're from the mazes in the Twilight. I hate the way those clash with each other. Here's how you get these easily. pull out your wand of equal trade. You set it to something easy to dig, and you just bloop, and then you dig out the easy block. So yeah, if you go into a maze and you don't have access to, like, a mining laser works really well as well. So does a Vajra. But if you don't have either of those two, the wand of equal trade, and then you just dig out the blocks. So yep, those are hated next to each other. We'll try purple still. And there's our giant black wolf from Dark Forest. Let's try that against stone. Oh, well, Mally, you're standing on my test color platform. Let's try it next to you. Brick, maybe? Better next to brick. Let's try green here. Definitely not the purple and the green together. The green is good, and the green's a solid choice. Whoops. But I think I like the idea of using purple. We might, and we haven't gone with gray on any of these towers yet. So maybe I do stone bricks. I feel this is darker than that is. I don't know, a little bit because of the dark shadowy lines. And then this is kind of close to that, so I want to go a little bit further away if I can. So I'm going to use the stone bricks. Yeah, I just made cobblestone out of that, and purple wool. This tower is going to be for kind of magic-y things. We're going to use it for a few different mods that are kind of magic related. But so that's the idea with this tower, which is why I think the purple work. Purple kind of to me says the arcane and kind of the magical type stuff. So yep, now that we know what block we're using, I'm going to take my base block and I'm going to switch out pretty much all the cobblestone for my base block, which in this case will be the stone bricks. And we'll get underneath here. We'll just wand of equal trade all of this all the way down. We've done this before. And the purple, in this case, before we've used blocks that kind of had a unique appearance. We've used the Zycraft and we've used the amber on these pillars. But I'm going to be using purple wool, which has a very dull appearance, right? I mean, it's a vanilla block and it's, you know, doesn't glow, it's not opaque, it's, you know, pretty boring. So we're going to have to spice that up a little bit. And I'll show you really quickly what we plan to do here. So that's what I'll do. I'll finish up the rest of that off camera. I'm going to pull out my handsaw. Here we go. And I'm going to chop these up into the tiniest piece possible. The only reason is that as long as I'm cutting these into microblocks, I might as well go all the way down to tiny. So, yep. And I'm going to place these and line the outside like this. Why am I doing this? These blocks are so boring that I need to spice them up. And an easy way to spice them up is to line the inside with torches. And then, because these are microblocks allow light to pass through them. And so they'll actually glow at night. And provide illumination for the tower. I'm not positive what that will look like, but we'll find out. We'll find out. And then on top of here is going to be more stone bricks. So what I'm thinking I need to do, first of all, make more stone bricks. But also, I'm going to go ahead and try to get at least a quarter of this done before night falls. And then we can look at it at night and see if we decide if that creates a neat effect or if that's ugly. I'd like to get half of it done, all the way around, say from about that corner to that corner. So, I got plenty of time. I'm going to go ahead and get that done, wait for night, and then we can both take a look and see how it looks at night, see if the glowing effect is a selling point or whether we got to knock out all this wool and try again. So, back in a second. Right, the sun is just finishing setting here. And I got more than half of it done. This half that we're staring at is lit, and then at this halfway part you can see right here I stopped adding lighting just to see if that was going to make a difference, and it sure does. I mean, you can tell that the lighting definitely changes the look. Question is whether that creates the look we want, and that's, I don't know that I love it, because the way it lights it up, the light of the wool is basically the same color as the light of the stone, so it just looks like it's well lit. It doesn't actually look like It doesn't look like it's glowing or something like that, which is what I was kind of hoping for. Although if I think about it, it makes sense that it would light the stone bricks too. It's not just lighting that block, light actually passes through it and gets cast onto the stone brick. So, here's purple in NEI. Kind of our choices in purple blocks are, of course, purple wool. All the micro blocks that you can do with purple wool. Let's see here, purple lamps. These are from Red Power, using purple Lumar. These aren't blocks. We have purple stained glass. This is from using bees. Use propolis and purple coloring. Basically a purple dye in a thermiotic fabricator to make glass with glass as well. But that's transparent. So if we did that, we would probably need to put a block behind it. And it's got the little glass shine texture on it, which is kind of ugly. Purple decay, which we can't place. That's not really purple. Purple warded stone, that's an idea. Inverted purple zycordite light. Purple structure. That one's an interesting idea. Structure is zycordite, a block from Zycraft, but structure can be colored. So you can see here it's being colored with purple dye. You can make it with any of the zycoridites and stone bricks and purple and whatever dye you want, and you get 4 of them. So they're basically the same cost as a using the bricks, but they allow you to pick up different colors. Now they do have a bit of a texture on them that I don't necessarily like. The question is, from the distance that we're going to see it, is it going to be visible, or are you even gonna, is it gonna matter? So let's see here. So this has got the last viewer on there. I think we're still using those for another project. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of blue. Let's just make a little bit of structure out of blue here. And we need some bricks. I'll just place these in like here, like that. And then do I have any purple dye? No, so we're gonna need lapis and some of that goo. I just know we have a bunch of that goo, so I'm not worried about using it up. There we go, bunch of purple dye. Now we have it for this time and for next time. We'll ever need more purple dye. It's not like we're hurting for lapis or whatever. Okay, so there's some purple structure. Let's go ahead and place this, take a look at it. So it does glow. It does give the glowing effect that the other colors do, but it has this, has these extra black and the silvery parts on it. So I don't know. Let's go see. Let's see. Let's try this over here, maybe. Knock out that torch. Get out of my way, torch. I say get out. There we go. Something like that, and then just place stone bricks on top of it. It's okay. I mean, these ones, they have texture too. You can see the black line that runs through it, and some vertical lines as well. Just different. I mean, I like that better than I like the dark, and I like it better than I like the light too. And I still do want to go with the purple. So let's make some more of those and make sure it looks good on a big swath. Hopefully we can get this done before it turns into daytime. Get out of my life, torch. Let me in! There we go. Always have a hard time doing things when you're in a rush and recording. There we go. In a rush just because I want to get it done before it turns daytime. That's all. And here we go. And we'll do those, and come around here a little bit. Of course, it's raining again. I swear it rains every day on this server. It's ridiculous. It's like, oh, it didn't rain during the daytime? It's nighttime, time to rain. And then it'll rain all night, all day, all night, and then it'll stop raining, and then it'll be like, oh, it didn't rain all day? It's nighttime, time to rain. It's crazy. That looks pretty good. I mean, I definitely like that better than the wool. So I'm going to tear the wool out. We'll replace it with purple structure. And then we'll move on. So I'll see you once I've gotten all of these blocks dug out and replaced with the block that we decide we like. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get some shears for sure. Okay, I have the exterior completed now. I like the way it looks. Purple looks good to me. So next thing we have to do is put a floor in it. I've grabbed a couple pieces of wood colors that I would like to try. This is teak and walnut. So I'd like to, I like these next to each other, so I'd like to try to create some sort of pattern that works with them. I don't want to do what we've done in these. This is like a star pattern. This is one Mally did, the butterfly type insect wing thing. This floor is the same diamond pattern as the power tower. So it's power and storage. Makes sense. Palm is not done with his yet. So I have pretty free reign what I want to do with this. I was considering what it would look like to just do like quarters here. Something like this quarter would get walnut, this would get teak. And then we run some sort of dividing line down the middle of it. Because this tower will be separated into a few different mods, so I think this would be an interesting way to kind of separate them. I think we're going to use these. These are looking good to me so far. Oops. Maybe we do stone bricks. We just continue this down there, or perhaps we use a different wood color, or like a... what else could we use? Could use more purple structure. Could use that and have it run down the center line. We could do a metal block, something like aluminum that we did in the other ones, or we could use silver or ruby or something like that. Could try that. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to try. We'll have to see if this is a pretty flat floor design. It's obviously it's just going to be very calm. So we'll have to make up for it in interior decoration. But let's see. I don't know if I'm going to like it until I get it filled in and we pick a cinder block. So let me fill this in and then grab a few different blocks that we might want to try for the center lines. And then I'll be right back. Alright, so I laid in all of the wood, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. The center line is definitely going to either make it or break it. So we'll have to see. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the effect here. Silver blocks cannot be cut by red power, so I hope these don't look good because these would be expensive. Yeah. Just next to those colors, it's just like, Yeah, I don't know. Here's basalt pavers. Ugh. That's bad too. Alright, how about marble? That black inside of there, that grayish black is really kind of strange against those colors. How about in brick form? Let's see over here. I don't know. Not fantastic. I'm getting worried. This might not work out. I do like the way these planks look next to each other, but if I can't find a support accent block for the middle of this space, it won't matter how good they look together. Alright, here's greatwood logs. This was an idea too, to do this. Well, that's not so bad. It's not nearly as bad. Actually, that could work. Let's see here. Yeah, that could work. Also kind of plays on the whole magic area with the great woods, you know, from Thaumcraft. It's like the magic-y tree. Of course, it's not silver wood. No, okay. But silverwood's a little bit valuable to spend on something like this. Greatwood's easily farmed, so no biggie. You have to wait for the trees to grow on their own. You can't bone meal the saplings, at least not without the hoe of growth. But that, I think, is a solution. So I know we have more greatwood. So I'm going to use up whatever we've got, and if I have to, I'll go cut down a few more trees. Oops. Need to grab this out. And this. There we go. There's the rest of the greatwood. And we'll come over here. And we'll see what it looks like as a finished product. This will only take just a second. So there we go. Really, the only thing that we have left to do is put the dome on it. Yeah, that looks good to me. Looks really good. I kind of wonder if this should, instead of going side to side there, or instead of going up and down and showing the log face, if it should go like that. Maybe the other way? That way. Like that. There we go. Alright, I think that's it. The only thing we have left to do is build the dome up. And that is something I won't do with you guys. Basically, from this stage, you go to an ellipsoid generator, and you generate an ellipsoid that matches your dimensions, and you put the ellipsoid in. We did these accent points on this one. You can see on this one, these two, to maintain the same style, I have the rib up the side and then the circle, and basically just build the ellipsoid and then replace those blocks with your accent lines. On this one, it's just all up and over. Same thing, just build the sphere and then replace the ones that you want to accent with. We'll probably do something like that on here. I don't know exactly what I'll do. It'll probably be different from those since this one's not a sphere. I might try something like where we go, have an arc that connects from there to there, and then there to there, and then so you have 4 like arcs that hold the glass up instead of like from all 4 sides. Come from one side of the ellipsoid to the other. Might try something like that. It could be cool. But for now, this side needs torches. That's about done. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. I know a few of you have been asking me to show the whole build process. I know it's a bit lengthy, but there you go. Takes time to build cool stuff. Don't rush it. The geometry can be a bit tricky, but get it right, and I think the effect is really neat. So that's all for now. I'm out of time. Oh, chunk loading error. If you guys like the video, hit the like button or leave me a comment. Either way, it makes me very happy. I'm Mondef. I'll see you next time.